What's good, y'all boys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Boss Enosh, and once again we are here. Thanks for clicking the video. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. So look, today's video, we're gonna watch and talk about and react to this conversation between Sneako and Fresh and Fit that I thought was very interesting. Before we get into it, what do y'all think? Dub Sneako or dub Fresh and Fit? What do you think? Before we get to it. But look, it all started from this tweet right here from Rollo Tomasi. He said the quickest path to becoming a high-value man, and he listed eight steps, okay? Do not get married, avoid family creation, vasectomy in your 20s, live consistently, eliminate all sedations, learn game and networking, play to your strengths, build wealth, resist easing up on your focus. A lot of those not bad. It's very interesting that he said like those first three because he himself is married. So maybe he's saying if he go back in time, he wouldn't do it back if he went back in time. I don't know. It's kind of strange. And then Ben Shapiro actually responded to it. I never really seen people in that side really too much interact with a lot of red pill guys, even though a lot of the beliefs is kind of similar in certain aspects not really. But Ben Shapiro responded with his own list. Number 1, stay healthy, get a job, get married, go to church, have kids, and develop a skill set and then deploy it in the most market-driven way. So he's, not agreeing with the avoid family creation thing. I don't agree with the vasectomy shit because, first of all, that shit is not meant to be reversible, okay? I don't care what nobody say. It's damn near not reversible. Yeah, they could reverse the process, but the odds of that shit working how it's supposed to again, no, they're low, which damn near means it don't work, okay? So it's a crazy thing. And funny enough, there was a video that I did a couple months ago. It wasn't even a reaction. I was just reading these tweets from this crazy feminist that pretty much believe that all young boys need to be castrated because they're all dangerous, potential rapists, murderers, killers that assault women. And she said that young boys need to be given vasectomies so they can't. Crazy shit. And they have a reverse later on in life. No. That's not how that shit work. Bodies don't work that way. You trying to play God in somebody's body, that shit not gonna work, okay? So it's really funny to see, the red pill godfather, Rollo Tomasi, the rational male, saying something that kind of falls in line with something that some of these crazy feminists believe, even if the reasons are different. It's funny to me. This is where it started. And I guess Sneako was on Fresh and Fit the other day, and he saw this tweet, and, he didn't agree with it. And this is him presenting it and his argument to Fresh. And the way that they responded was very interesting to me.
We saw Rollo said something yesterday on Twitter saying that men should get vasectomies in their 20s just to prevent this, which I completely disagree with. I think that it's important to have family values and to prepare for eventual parenthood. But that's the cope that a lot of men have. Like, why raise a family in this scenario? Why risk having a child with somebody who's wanting to build an empire or wanting to be as famous as Rihanna when you could just play it safe and do the snip? But I disagree with him completely. I want to know what you think about that. Rolo, the godfather red pill, who's pretty much created a lot of these ideologies, is saying avoid having a family. I think that's complete cope. That's just that's when it becomes a black hole and really kind of.
I agree. Right? And I'm glad that Sneako is willing to openly disagree with something, right? Because there's plenty of times where, a lot of these guys are very cliquey when it comes to this red pill shit, right? Fresh and Fit, they're not gonna disagree openly with somebody that they fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Even if they know they're wrong for real. They're not gonna disagree on camera. So I appreciate Sneako for disagreeing and not being scared to disagree. Not just disagreeing in himself, but not being scared to disagree. He's okay. He feels okay to say what he thinks for real. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that because there's times that I've seen before where he didn't really do that. So it's like, I don't know that nigga, but still, you know what I mean? It's refreshing to see shit like that.
Black,
I think given the marketplace that we're in, it's a reasonable strategy.
Avoid family.
Well, here's the thing. The upsides are great, but the downsides will absolutely demolish you. I mean, you can look at the Tradcons right now that's going through. I mean, look at Steven Crowder right now, bro. So it's and I think
Steven Crowder. Okay. You can't say look at Steven Crowder right now. You don't know what the situation is. All we see is that he was going through the divorce. And the way he was talking to his ex-wife, soon-to-be ex-wife on video, is not a good sign. Look how he's talking to her. When she was 8 months pregnant with twins, and he talking to her crazy. You don't know the situation, but it's definitely not looking in a positive light, so you can't use that as an example in there. Sorry, buddy, it don't work that way. Look, it is very interesting when you see a lot of these red pill guys talk about, being an alpha male, being a high-value man, top G, all types of shit. When it's like a lot of those high-value men, they want to create a family. They want to have kids. They want to have a wife and have kids. They want to have people. They want to have children that they could instill good values upon and continue a legacy. Because that's what you do. So it's really interesting to see like it going the other way, and not saying avoid creating a family, have a vasectomy, and that shit is not reversible for real. Crazy.
That's why so many guys are going abroad, because at least there, like, the women value family more than here. I mean, a lot of the girls here said, I want a family, but if you notice, like, the things that they're working on isn't necessarily to be a better mom. So I think one or two of you guys mentioned that, but not many of you. Most of you guys were prioritizing your career and your education, your own self-improvement, which is great. That's fantastic, but that's more of a masculine thing. Like, you got to ask yourself, is the guy that you want, is he going to want that back in return? Is he going to want another him? I mean, would you guys? What if I lined up a bunch of dudes here and I said, "What are y'all gonna do to get the wife of your dreams?" And they all said, "Oh, well, I'm getting manicures. I'm buying really nice designer. I'm getting dressed up really well. I'm doing my eyebrows. I'm getting haircuts every week." Would y'all take those guys seriously?
No.
Probably not, right? Because the things they're working on only benefit them, not necessarily you, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of how you got to look at it from the male perspective. Like, it's great that you guys are working on your money and everything, but it doesn't really benefit us as men.
I think we should ask as well.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. The reason I don't agree with that is because the way the economy is looking, bro, you need you need two incomes to really survive, bro. You need two incomes. Okay? A lot of men are not gonna be the highest earners, okay? They're not all gonna be middle class or some low class people. And even middle class is hard to, if you have a wife and you have kids, it's hard to sustain all of that on one income. And it's not really smart either, because what if he gets sick? What if something happens to him? You know what I'm saying? Especially how men are the ones that are more likely to have workplace deaths and injuries, right? So it's kind of not the best idea. And when I've grown up, I've always seen both parents working. That's in outside of the internet. In reality, right? Most parents, I'm pretty sure most parents have two incomes. Okay, back in the day, and in white bread America, back in the day, it was very easy for a man with a decent job to have a car, have a house, take care of the kids and the wife. The wife ain't working, and go on vacations and shit. You're not struggling to make ends meet. You just go to work, boom, and you're straight. Now it gets harder and harder because the price of things increase while wages have barely increased. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like it's not comparative. You feel me? So, but I do understand how they try to push a lot of women to focus on their careers, and a lot of times it's at the sacrifice of starting a family. And it's hard to have two. It's hard to have two. At least in the way they're trying to push it on these girls nowadays, it's hard to have both. It's hard to have both. That's why a lot of people having kids when later on, compared to like being younger, because just the reality situation. And not everybody's gonna be some big rich dude that's gonna be able to afford for their girl to stay home, be a stay-at-home wife or whatever. It's not realistic. So, with certain things, you gotta be realistic, bro.
How many of you want kids with men? In terms of, like, for example, having a father in the household too as well.
I think everyone.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay, cool.
Okay. None of y'all want like a surrogate or anything like that?
No.
Yeah, but no, I think Rollo's assessment is spot on for the West. But I think that's why so many guys are going abroad, because women have more traditional values. I mean, hell, some of the girls here are foreign, but they still have fairly Western values, right? If we went to Romania or something like that, when we were there, like, girls aren't going to say, "Oh yeah, my career and making money." They're like, "Fuck that shit, I want to be home."
But the obsession, well, like the reason he said that is like how to become a high value man. The obsession with becoming high status and having other people admire you instead of reach your peak happiness, which is having a family, that's where it becomes kind of bleak. Like, what makes you high value? Other people's perception, having a lot of money, having a network. Like, why does that matter why does being a high value man matter if you're not going to eventually start a family?
Because
I get what he's saying. But you know, to be honest, there's some people that just don't want to start a family. You know what I mean? So some people, their happiness is being successful. Especially as a man, a lot of men want to be successful. Especially men that have drive and ambition. A lot of times, you know, it can go either way. You know what I mean? It can go either way. That's why you got to understand you have to operate in shades of gray. Because some people they want a family. They want a family more than they want to have a big successful career. But some men want to be more successful in their career compared to having a family. Some people want to be successful first and have a family. Some people don't mind working towards it while having a family. There's a lot of different avenues to it. The thing with a lot of these red pill people is like they don't really talk about starting families. They don't really promote it. It kind of does seem very like nihilistic. Like, oh my gosh, all these women are gold diggers. All these women are hoes. They all just want to, you know, go to the club every weekend and shake their ass and drink and get drunk and then have guys hit on them and get guys' attention, male attention. Which isn't exactly incorrect, but it's like, it feels very doomer, as they would say. I think he says it later, doomer, because like you're just being very pessimistic. Like, bro, not every girl is like this. You just gotta, you know, use your discernment to discern who would be a good partner, who's not. It is what it is.
Guys, look at all the girls here. They're all propping themselves up to be that high value man. That's why.
Just to
And we're calling that bleak, and we're calling that out and saying it's empty. So why are we advocating for the same thing on the other side?
Because it's not going to change, bro. Feminism is here, and it's not going anywhere. Like, women will not concede whatsoever. Like, they're going to continue to make money. They're going to continue to gain status. They're going to continue to, you know, go up the ranks. Women are going to out-earn men in the next 20 years. I predict it. They're dominating men when it comes to college
being
graduation.
Bleak about it is kind of a waste, because we've seen some, like, I think your answer is exactly what I saw girls in Eastern Europe doing, trying to get closer to God, working on their health, working on making sure they're emotionally mature. That's what Eastern European women are doing. So it's not like you can't just put a blanket over all the women here and say, give up and cut off your fucking balls from your dick so that
No, I get that. I'm all for families, man. I've always said it.
Yeah, vasectomies make me cringe. Ugh.
Nuclear family is the backbone of any thriving society. However, when half the equation of having a nuclear family doesn't necessarily prioritize a nuclear family, as a man, you got to make some adaptations, because if you do make a nuclear family with someone that isn't as interested in making a nuclear family with you, and they're rewarded for leaving that nuclear family through divorce courts, alimony, etc. As a guy, you got to kind of reassess how you want to move. So I'm saying families are fantastic, but it's a very dangerous proposition in the West, the United States.
And that's understandable too. You know, you don't want to risk being with a partner that's not the right one and then just trying to take advantage. You dig what I'm saying?
That's my thing. But I'm all for families, though. I am, trust me. Come from a two-parent household. I would probably be a fucked up idiot if I didn't come from a two-parent household. But my parents are from the Middle East. They have different culture values, you know. Religion is a thing. Here, religion isn't that big. Feminism is here. Women prioritize careers, just seen through. And all these girls are young, too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
they're all young.
Young panel.
You know what I mean? So
what's your take on this? I want to hear Fresh and Fit's take on this. There's 15,000 men watching for the most part. Should men in their 20s get a vasectomy?
Personally, I would say, looking at it from a holistic standpoint, I get what Rollo's saying for the whole topic itself of being high value, because once again, if you get a woman pregnant that's not there for you, she could be against you and it could turn to many different things. But personally, like I was saying earlier, for me, I do want a family if I meet the right woman I think is going to raise that
say
kid,
yes or no.
Child.
Say yes or no.
But for most men, do they have the, I want to say, resources to find a woman that they want of their dreams, or even get the right woman? Probably not. So to be safe, vasectomy might be in their best interest.
So yes.
No, I'm saying, okay, so it is
a yes or no.
It depends on the individual. That's what I'm saying. So it's up to the man to decide for himself, but I'm just saying, generally for me,
if one of the girls was saying that, they'll be on her head. Oh, it just depends on the person. They'll get on their head, boy. I'm just saying, they'll get on their head.
I think family is very important, but I understand why most men might not want that, because finding a woman that's actually good for you may be kind of hard. So I get
it a little bit.
In America specifically.
What do you say?
That's actually good for you.
He fence
may
it
be kind of hard. So I get
it a little bit.
In America specifically.
In America, yeah.
In America, to be specific.
What do you think?
Let's get the ladies' takes on it, and then I'll give my opinion, because I don't want to corrupt them with my take.
Okay.
All right, ladies. Let's make this a little bit more engaging.
Let's see what they say.
You have a son. He's 21 years old, building up a business, whatever it may be, is becoming somewhat successful. Actually, you know what? Let's say 30 years old, because let's be honest, 21-year-old guy's fucking useless. He ain't doing nothing with life. So 30-year-old guy, building up a business, he's on his way to becoming successful. Should he have a vasectomy?
But Rollo's example said, well, his list said get a vasectomy in your 20s. So why'd you change it to a 30-year-old? Whatever.
We move nowadays and how girls can trap guys. Should he have a vasectomy? We can start on the couch and then work our way. What are your thoughts to protect himself?
If he's really successful, I mean, I've seen men get trapped, so I'd probably be more prone to saying yes if he was, you know, like a target. But on the whole, I think no.
Okay.
No. I would tell my son completely no to not do that.
Yeah, like, come on, wear a condom, bro. What? You want to go under a procedure just so you can fuck raw, nigga? Just wear a condom. Get some bear skins from the gas station, okay? It's not that hard.
Honestly, if they don't want to have children, then yeah. But I think that every man should be able to like decide if they want to have a children or not.
All right.
And it's like important. So I don't think so, honestly.
Okay.
Like you can just find women that follow your values in another part of the world, as you said. Like,
all right. So you're saying you just go somewhere else?
Yeah, just like go somewhere.
But what if they decide to stay in the States?
Honestly, I still think that there's women out there that can be like.
Bro, there's plenty of good girls out here, bro, okay? Just go out and talk to them. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and talk to them. There's plenty of good women out here that want the same things that you want. You just have to be able to have the discernment to find out which is which, okay? It is what it is. Part of it is like, you know, a lot of people base it off of like surface level shit or like online dating. Bruh, nigga, go outside and go talk to some real women, okay? In real life. It is what it is, bro.
Mother.
Okay.
Like
what about
material.
you?
Honestly, if he wants to, then that's fine with me. But can't you get a vasectomy undone?
You can, yeah.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. Like
you can get undone, but the likelihood of it, you know, being successful where you can fucking impregnate, no, it's not good. I did a video talking about this already.
Detransition after becoming trans.
I mean, yeah.
Like, but you don't ever want people to do that in the first place. Like you're messing up your
That's
body.
funny.
Once you take puberty blockers, you can go off them.
That's funny.
But there's going to be a physical difference.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, if he wants to take that risk.
I remember there was cases too where it's like they got a vasectomy and they try to undo the vasectomy, and bruh, them niggas can't even get their dick hard no more. Why would you even want to risk that? For what? For what? Wear a condom. That's it.
I don't really care because I know that they be getting like some girls be lying, doing other shit, and like he's trapped now, and then they take all his shit and then leave.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So I'm not opposed to it at all, actually.
All right. What about you?
I would say no, but I mean it's their choice.
All right.
Like I would hope that I raise them like a good like they have a good sense of moral and they'd be able to pick the right like woman.
Okay. What about you?
I think it depends on a lot of like what his lifestyle is.
I think our
like,
next
if
one is
he's,
pretty.
let's say starting his business and
White shirt.
he's very focused on money and things like that, but he's like constantly meeting new women and engaging with these women.
Yeah.
Then I would say, okay, there's like ways that you can use instead of a vasectomy to avoid the baby, but I have also heard of like women trapping men and things like that, but I feel like it's up to him.
All right, whatever.
Don't go around, you know, sticking it in whatever and whoever. Like, why don't you, if you're so focused on, you know, starting a family.
That's true. There is a cost to male promiscuity. There is a cost. You know, us as men, we're very sexually driven, right? But, you know, there's a such thing as personal responsibility, okay? That's facts. There's such thing as personal responsibility. You know, man, it's dumb to categorize men as like sex crazed. You know, you can't even think straight. You can't control yourself because that's not right. You know what I mean? But yeah, niggas, just control yourself, bro. It is what it is. There's cost to it because when you get sloppy, you know, when you're engaging in you know, heathenistic behaviors, there is a cost to it from an overindulgence, right? There is a cost, which I don't think they talk about enough. It's all about getting money, fucking hoes, getting money, fucking hoes. which is cool. You know, like it's as a man, it feels nice to be able to get to attract attractive women. Of course, there's no denying that shit. But there's a cost for everything. So all I can really say is just be careful. You know what you're doing, and be careful. Strap up. All types of shit.
You know, you want to grow. Why are you, giving time and energy into things that are just gonna be gone in the next morning?
Based.
Okay, so I'll take that as a no. What about you?
No. I think there's still a lot of women with values and.
So it really depends on the individual, and I think the two main variables are his success and how promiscuous he is with dealing with women. I think those two factors heavily influence the decision. It's going to change per person.
Right, but his take, Rollo's take was that to be a high value man.
So that's what Myron thinks. You know, it depends on the person.
The top 3 steps: avoid family creation, get a vasectomy, and have a network. It's just like the generic male self-improvement stuff, but like 2 of the top 3: get a vasectomy and avoid family creation. Do you agree?
Did he say avoid? I don't think he said avoid.
Word for
family.
He
word.
did.
Avoid family creation.
That's what he said.
Top 3 steps to become a high value man.
Okay, I didn't see this tweet. I'll have to take a look at it. But I mean, here's the thing. I think what he means by that is being the most. When he says high value man, he's talking from the perspective of being able to be a playboy and get as many girls.
But why is that a priority over having a why would that even be advice? Why would that be a male self-improvement advice? Be a playboy instead of raise a family?
Well,
we make fun of women all days for wanting to be girl boss queens and sleep around and have all this, and then you tell guys be a playboy instead of raise a family. That's the
whoa. Sneako was getting red pilled on the red pill. That's crazy. I like seeing stuff like that. I like seeing people question what narratives people are putting on you. Okay, it's a good question, at least valid questioning, right? That's a valid question. Look how we say this about women. They push women to do this, over this, but then we try to push men to do this over this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are we doing the same thing that our enemies do? Our ideological enemies do? We're doing the same thing? Oh my God. I like that. It's cool.
It's the same advice on the other side.
Because here's the thing. When you're a playboy, you're going to be better at raising the family. And the reason
But he's saying avoid family creation.
Well, he's saying...
What? Being a playboy makes you better at raising a family? Okay, before I ridicule for that statement, let me think. What does that mean? Let me connect with the ancestors, with the previous avatars, and we can consult and try to figure out what does that mean. Yeah, that don't mean shit. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He's talking from the frame, knowing Rollo, because I know him personally. He's talking from the frame of being a guy getting a lot of girls. And then, if you decide you want to get a family down the road, you can always unsnip and then go ahead and go down the
No, you can't unsnip.
But in today's day and age, I agree to a degree that you need to have sex with at least 50 girls as a guy. I've talked about that all the time. It's controversial. But the reason why I say that is because most women are more promiscuous than most guys. So if you're a dude...
Most women are more promiscuous than most guys. I think I agree with that because a lot of guys are not having sex like that. It's a lot easier for women to have sex. And a lot of them are having sex with the same guys or the same type of guys. You feel me? That's why a lot of felons have the most kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
dude, and you're getting out here and dating girls, and you get your pee-pee wet with the first girl, she could sell you a dream, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, this is great. So guys got to get up.
I don't know about 50. 50 sound kind of, oh, yeah. 50 is a lot. Like, 50 people is a lot of people. I don't know. It does depend on the person, right? Because some people be like, yeah, look at all these 50 girls that I piped down. You know, if they all bad, of course niggas will be like, yeah, look at me. Yeah, I feel good. I'm able to pull all these bad bitches. But it comes to a point, as a man, it comes to a point where you're going to get tired of just having meaningless sex. You know, you're going to get tired of just fucking a bunch of random different people, different girls, and then that's it. Like, that's all you're gonna do. You're not gonna start a family. You're not gonna raise kids. You're not gonna find something that you really fuck with for real. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people's ideas and feelings on like relationships and love, right? They're a little bit warped. Like some people don't even really understand what that feel like. You know, I think in this era, a lot of men are disillusioned to those feelings because of some of the things that they're pushing on women, because of how some women talk about men, right? It's like why bother, right? That's the feeling, but that's the nihilism. That's the doomer.
Out there and be sexually experienced.
That's the doomer talking.
He's talking from the frame of, being attractive.
Hold on. But I do agree with, as a man, you need to have more experience when dealing with women so you can understand how the motherfuckers work. And a lot of times, the dude got to get out of the system. I feel like a young man has to get out of the system. Like, I had my fun, I did my thing, boom. Because it's easy for, let's say a dude just, cuffs the first girl he's ever been with, boom. Sometimes it works out, cool. But other times, there's a lot of growing pains, or he don't know what to do with certain situations because he don't understand how women act. Because there are certain ways that women act no matter what. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Fight me. There's certain ways that girls act, bro. And you have to be aware. And you come to understand them more. Not only from people putting you on game. Like, let's say if you got an older brother or a dad that knows the game, or a father that knows the game, father figure, whatever. Or one of these online niggas, I guess. But the stand-up ones. Niggas like Kevin Samuels. But there's a different thing there's a difference between learning from someone talking online and going outside and experiencing it for yourself. You feel me? It's different because you know it personally. You've seen it with your own eyes. You could talk about it. You could reference it, and you remember things that you experienced more than what some random person said on the internet. 9 times out of 10.
I think most guys out here are not going to be able to control their sexual urges. So he's saying as a
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The quickest path to...
Whoa. Hold on, Fresh. Hold on. Fresh just said most dudes are not going to be able to control their sexual urges. Bruh, listen, when people say that, you're towing a very dangerous line because you know who else says that? These feminists. They say men can't control themselves. Men are crazy, sexual, violent animals. And you just said... men cannot control their sexual urges. Now, if I was a crazy feminist, beta male, blue-pilled crazy person, that's an easy thing for me to take and plaster everywhere on Twitter, Reddit, whatever bullshit with a fucking activist, progressive types and fucking girls and ugly people conglomerate. You feel me? They would use that clip against you. Because you can't say that. You can't say, look, well, men can't control their sexual urges. Yeah, bro, yes, men can. But there's plenty of dudes that do. There's some people that don't. There's some people that do. Yeah, what it is, bro.
Saying as a...
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Are not going to be able to control their sexual urges. So he's saying...
That's crazy. And no one pushed back against that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The quickest path to becoming a high-value man. Do not get married. Avoid family creation. Vasectomy in your 20s. Live consistently. Eliminate all sedations. Learn game and networking. Play to your strengths. Build wealth. Resist easing up on your focus. He's talking about increasing your value when you're young.
Becoming successful, yeah.
Becoming successful. Yeah.
Avoid family creation and get
yeah, because when you because your value doesn't go up until you're built something, and that's typically going to be in your 30s.
So most guys,
that's what he's saying.
What do they focus on? Girls the whole time. He's saying at this point in your career, when you're on the way up, focus on things that are going to help you move forward in life and become successful.
Yeah. Get a surgery that prevents you from having children.
Yeah, but you can always reverse it.
Look at that. After 5 years, you could be sterile forever after. Exactly. That's another thing with the vasectomies, bruh. If you don't get that shit redone right away, the more likely that it's not going to fucking work after they undo it. No. As a man, if you get a vasectomy, that means you better be okay with not having kids ever. Okay? So that's why some dudes that get them, they get it after they have kids already. So they just keep fucking and not make her pregnant on accident or whatever.
A lot of the times that shit messes up. That's not something you could just hope that it's going to be okay.
Generally, most men can't control their urges, so what's going to happen is they're going to go fuck around and get somebody pregnant.
This is how you rise up the path to become high status.
Look, he said it again. Men can't control their urges. That sounds like something that those crazy feminazis say. That's what they say. Men can't control themselves. Look, they're violent and evil and sexual predators. We have to lock them up and castrate them. That's what they be saying. That's not good. And Myron co-signed it.
Because you're eliminating all variables that can fuck you up.
Yeah, it's about
That's what he's saying.
Risk mitigation right there.
How many dudes do you know that could have made it to the NBA or could have been a star and an athlete or something that got some chick pregnant.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like kids a lot of the times ruin dudes' futures because they have kids prematurely. So he's saying this is the path to becoming.
I agree with that too, though. You know, a lot of people, they have kids early on, and now all your focus goes into that. You know, all your focus, all your responsibilities, it goes into that. It's very draining. It's very stressful especially when it's not planned. The thing is, people need to stop having kids on accident and plan to have kids. Okay, if you're not planning to have a kid, don't have a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Make sure you take your birth control. Make sure you wear a condom. I would say don't have sex, but that's unrealistic. If people want to have sex, they're gonna have sex. It's stupid. You know, but don't just be so willy-nilly to accept, oh yeah, well I'm pregnant now, and you have nothing on the woman's side. You have nothing, like, you know, that it's just like a random dude or some shit, or someone that's not you're not seriously with. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. A lot of people, they do it anyway, and then they grow up in turmoil. Crazy.
A high value man, and then once you become that guy,
reverse the vasectomy.
Reverse the vasectomy.
Yeah.
Do you think that's good advice? I mean, that's good advice if your qualifications of a high value man is a guy with a big body count. But it might be like I thought.
No. He's talking about increasing your value as a man. You're basically what he's doing is he's retard proofing it.
Yeah.
If you have vasectomy and you bust nuts at girls, you're not gonna have a kid, so you're not gonna fuck up your future when you're young and you're not in a position to raise that child. That's what he's saying.
We all know what is men's biggest weakness: women. And as a result, what happens is, what's another factor for not having success? Having a kid too early. That's reality.
That's the number one wealth killer, dude.
Yeah,
kids.
having
If you really
kids.
look at it, it's the number one wealth killer.
Now, once again, we support families.
Yeah, we do.
But at the same time, for what he's saying, to become successful at a young age,
you can't say that you support families and also tell your audience to get a vasectomy.
We didn't say that. We just said you're
toting the fence about.
We're explaining why he said that.
Do you agree?
I understand why he said it.
Yo, do you agree? Yes or no? Do you agree? I like that he's doing that. Because it's funny. Like, a lot of times people don't really press questions. Like, be specific. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Right? That's why if you see videos like like on Vice when they did the feminism debate, whatever, and they're pushing the girls like Pearl, Sydney Watson. They was pushing. Okay, what does that mean? What barriers? They can't tell you because they're not used to having to defend it for real. You know what I mean? Even when I was on Vice and I said, okay, how has the world been built by men? How? And he said some bullshit. Try to control women's body. What are you talking about? The wage gap? That's not real. You're saying bullshit right now.
You see how they're ducking the critics? It's a simple question.
It's on me. It's not about me. It's
Nick
about
say
the
he ducking.
generational.
I'm asking your opinion.
No. Sneako, you're funny.
It's just a question.
No.
We make the girls on the panel answer questions specifically all the time. It's just, do you agree, yes or no?
Personally,
He pressing fresh. He pressing fresh. That's crazy. Never die see the day.
Discussion. I'm just saying for you,
Politician answer.
I understand why he's saying that.
Yeah, you see, your thing is he's talking about how to become a high value guy. That's good advice.
I have a follow-up question for
you're
the
eliminating fuck up bullshit. Like,
oh, that's it. Okay, damn, that seemed like an interesting episode. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think down below, because I just thought that was really, really intriguing. Right? It shows that, you know, even though Sneako be going back and forth with the internet and all this shit going on, you know, justified and not justified. Sometimes repercussions from his own actions, right? Other times it's, you know, they just going too far. So it's still good to see things like this that show you that, you know, he's still thinking for himself. You know what I mean? Or at least starting to more. I don't know. Again, I don't know this dude. Nigga, I just see shit online. But, you know, again, let me know what y'all think about what Rollo said in the comments down below. Should men get a vasectomy? Hell nah. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.